Visuals are really powerful ways to communicate, but it's important to remember that some people might interpret visuals differently from others. Let's take Alpine Cycle, for example. Alpine Cycle is a local cycle shop that specializes in a few different types of bikes: road bikes, mountain bikes, and e-bikes. They want to expand their business to the European market from the US, but recently they've noticed an increase in negative customer reviews. They've tried to fix the issue in a few different ways, but nothing was getting the results they wanted. So they decided it was time to call in an expert. We're here to help them visualize the state of their business and use intelligent diagramming to optimize their processes. In a previous meeting, we brought the Alpine Cycle team together in Lucidchart to review the customer feedback and identify some of the common themes. During the discussion, the Alpine Cycle team identified that 1. Most of the negative reviews referenced that their mountain bike was not delivered on time, and 2. It would not be smart to expand business to the EU if their current processes are not reliably efficient. If Alpine Cycle wants to expand business, we recognize that they first need to pinpoint and improve inefficiencies within the business. As we visualize the current state of the process, we can see that the Alpine Cycle team was really struggling to communicate because they lacked a shared understanding of what they were even looking at. What color should process shapes be? What does this symbol even mean? This is why tools like custom shape libraries and diagram keys are so useful. They allow teams to create a shared visual language that could easily be understood by different people. This is crucial for many projects that take a significant amount of time to complete and are spread across multiple teams because it helps keep everyone aligned and enables them to work more cohesively together. Let's dive deeper into shape libraries. Within Lucidchart, there are a lot of shapes. Clicking here will give you access to dozens of different standard shape libraries. Some more technical such as BPMN, ERDs, and UML, and some more simple like basic flowchart shapes, containers, and stickies. The shapes we're using in the Alpine Cycle's process are specifically BPMN shapes, which is just a specific type of process flow. The selected shape library will populate in the Shapes panel, and teams can begin dragging and dropping them onto the canvas. Though there are a lot of pre-made libraries to choose from, we can make a custom shape library to fit the specific needs of our team and to be used throughout the project. To create a custom collection of shapes, go back into the shape library and find My Libraries. Add a new shape library by clicking the plus button and rename it. There are a few ways of adding custom shapes to a library. Upload an SVG file or a Visio stencil file if shapes already exist on another platform, or drag and drop the shapes directly into the new library from the canvas. For this example, since Alpine Cycle already has specific shapes in the document, we'll quickly add the shapes to the library by dragging and dropping from the canvas. This way of adding shapes is useful for when specific shapes are created for a project in a Lucidchart document. There's the option to either lasso the shapes, then drag and drop them here, or add a shape to a library by right-clicking on a shape and then adding it to the desired library. Make sure to double check and make sure that shapes were sent to the correct library. Now that Alpine Cycle has a custom shape library created, they'll want to share it with their team so they can begin using it in their day-to-day work. To share a library with the team, click on the Share button and start adding collaborators. Share individually or with a specific group in the organization. There's 3 editing options that can be granted to users: Edit and Share, Edit, and Use. By selecting Use, the user will only be able to use the custom shapes and not make any edits to the library. Set the correct permissions and send the invite. If for some reason the custom shape library needs to be deleted, navigate here and delete. Alright, Alpine Cycle now has a custom shape library that's tailored specifically for their order fulfillment process. Great! That said, Alpine Cycle isn't done just yet. To prevent the siloing of knowledge when working with cross-functional partners, it's critical to use a diagram key on most diagrams so anyone who uses the diagram can understand it. This will serve as a compass for your diagrams, improving clarity and helping anyone to be able to navigate your processes and systems, even if they're coming from various technical backgrounds or with little organizational context. Diagram keys can be found in the standard shape library and added to a document with a simple click or drag and drop. Rename, customize its appearance, and begin adding shapes to the key. As you do, consider what about your diagram imparts meaning. Is it the shape itself? Is it the shape's color? A combination of both? Use this information to decide what items should be added to your key. As new shapes are added, you'll name them to clarify their meaning within the process. There's also the option to reorder the key items if there's a specific order they need to be placed in. In general, we advise starting with the most commonly used shapes first. Once your key is done, you want to place the key closer to a corner of the document. This decision is largely one of taste, but make sure the placement is consistent across all your documentation so collaborators will know what to expect. This is a great intro to diagram keys, but there's more nuance to creating a shared language as your diagrams become more complex. We'll be revisiting these when we talk more about conditional formatting and formulas in later courses. Before we continue on with the document, we'll want to set a document status to communicate to any viewer what state it's currently in. This helps remove confusion that sometimes comes with having lots of documents and versions shared across teams. For Alpine Cycle, we'll set the status to In Progress, since we're actively adjusting and making changes to the diagram. Set a norm with your team to always update the status throughout each phase. If the team is working from the same diagram consistently to test out different versions of a process, consider templatizing it so that when work is done, everyone is starting from the same foundation. Now that we've walked through how we've used these features, move to the next section to test them out in Lucidchart.